Hey everybody, it's Carpo. Believe me, it really is. You can't see me because it's dark out, but I'm really here, I swear. Apologize for the quality of the video here, but it's probably better looking with the background than seeing my mug. I wanted to make a video to talk for a minute about Little White Lies. It reminds me of one I did last year. Um, Very similar to this, but lies can compound into some of our biggest problems, and they start out so innocently. And I could think of a lot of examples, I guess, but I'm not talking about the lies that we tell out of spite or to fool someone into, boosting our ego. There's different types of lies. One might say that a lie is a lie, but it's not always that simple. There's the old example of the person who says, how do I look in this hat? And they look ridiculous, and you don't want to say that because you know they like the hat, and you say, oh, you look good, and then they end up finding they look like a fool. And uh, let's say the person said, you say something to the effect of, yeah, I really like your hat, I wish I had one like that, and they end up spending all this money and getting you a nice hat like that, and then they expect you to wear it. All these different little metaphors for the idea that when we say something we don't mean, it can come back and bite us in the ass. And I try really hard in my life not to bullshit people. And it's hard because sometimes people ask me things that I don't want to be honest about, but I have to be. What another example is, if say somebody says, they really like a rock band, and you think that the band just totally sucks, but you go along with the saying, oh yeah, they're great, and then the person ends up buying tickets and takes you to the show, and you have to go, or else say, no, I was lying, they suck. There's so many different ideas of how this could go down, but there's small things. They're not things that you're trying to hurt anybody. You're not trying to harm anyone with these lies. They're more like fibs. And you're trying to ease the tension. Or my own mom gave me a good example today, actually. There's so many. Anyway, you get the point. We're all trying to appease one another and be kind, and to not hurt anybody's feelings. And sometimes it comes back on us. So in the same token, being real is so important, because when we bullshit people and we put on a front and we pretend like we're somebody else, we have to live up to that person. We have to live up to that standard. And I see a lot of fake people around me, and I don't like saying that because it makes me feel judgmental, as if I'm saying this person's fake and I'm not. But I don't know if I can really go along my entire life pretending like people around me are real when I see so many people putting on a front to impress people and whatnot. Now, I think we all do it to a degree. There's all of us have a degree, even the most real people. Sometimes we do things subconsciously when friends are around or when we're in certain company that we might not do around others. Not to fit in or to boost our ego, but just because it seems to be almost something that we carry with us. Say you're hanging out with an old friend and you start talking about things that you may not talk about with other people. It doesn't mean that you're any more or less real. It just means that you change who you are according to your environment. And that's not a bad thing. That's different than being a fake person. So I always use the example of the person who's all angry and yelling at their kids, and then they answer the phone, hello, oh hi, how you doing? And totally pretend like everything's all right, where they can just switch emotion in just a second without, and sometimes this is necessary, but, it's just really nice to meet real people in life, people who give a damn about, who they are as a person. And there's a fine line between feeling good about who you are as a person and knowing yourself, and being an egotistical asshole that thinks that you're always right. And I think we all know both types of people, and it is kind of, it's a tough road to walk when you're meeting people who are like-minded, who are, deep thinkers. You find a lot who are totally real, but a lot who are bullshit. So we do the best to know who we can, and it's good to know the people that I know. So I guess I'll leave it at that. Peace.